So when would you say you've been pretty active again then?
Actually, like the past year.
Because you guys have a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that lends to like the stupid shit, the Kiss videos and Megadeth.
Yes, I didn't even hear the channel actually until he emailed me.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, let me check it out. I was like, okay, because sometimes I've gotten like seen some channels like, why would you even want to interview? I was like, this doesn't even look like you'd be
exactly.
Like I was like, have anything they do with
the original thing that blew the channel up was this series called Winter Mayhem, where it'd all be the black metal bands, and tried to branch out a little bit just for monetary reasons, and we're all into other shit too. Obviously the channel's focused on metal. I buy only metal, everything else more streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
But every time we do a lighter thing, there's always people asking, oh, you gotta do Sargeist again, you gotta redo Burzum. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And that actually leads me to my first question, revolving around black metal. So you said Ledney didn't want you to record the Dead by Dog set, which was fucking ripping, by the way.
Oh, you were there?
A great show. Hell yeah, right up front, Fist Banging Mania.
Oh, okay.
And I had my chick right up there too, which I'll get into that later. It's a pretty interesting story with that. And I always thought the Profanatica, the albums sound really good. There's no official live recording, and I don't think that there's any bootlegs. And the same thing with Intolitarian and Niogotheblis too. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's how it's saying, I think, yeah.
They sound pretty cool, but live, that shit sounds fucking amazing, you know? Like, I just think that those bands would really be suited to a live release. I always wondered, like, why does Ledney have a problem with that?
I don't know. He just, when I was just like saying they're going to go record the bands, it was just the night of. He's like, yeah, don't record our set. I was like, oh, why not? He's like, I just don't want to record it.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to haggle him. You know what I mean? Plus, it was very last minute.
Absolutely.
And everything I was doing was just off the cuff. So I was like, oh, okay. And, you know, I mean, him and I are like, we're not like best friends, but we're kind of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wasn't going to like, all right. It wasn't like a deal breaker for me, him saying that. I just thought it was like kind of like strange. Like I guess I'd like to know like what his reason is. Like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing I can think of is because they were only doing that set for my show. If he's worried that they're going to be like sloppy, he's like, I don't want that public.
Yeah, I noticed it was a different lineup too. There was a chick in the band.
Yeah, one of the guys. I don't know if I was supposed to say it public or not. He didn't say, but he told me a few months ago. I think it was whichever guy, I forget. He's like, he won't be able to do it. He's like, that's fine. He's like, we could do without. I'll make it work.
Well, shit. At least they made it. Obviously, no fault of Brutal Brian, the legend, Ohio legend. You know, got a shout out to Brian Baxter. If you guys don't know Regurgitation, goddamn Clitorodectomy, goddamn Tales of Necrophilia, the best brutal death metal album ever recorded, and I put that on my soul in hell. Goddamn it!
But anyway, the best ever, not even just the best out of Cleveland.
For brutal death, definitely, absolutely, by far. Every song is unique, and they don't even have to put out anything else because that one album is so fucking good.
It's like Repulsion. You don't
have
to do anything else.
Brian's a great guy too. I met him at Dead by Dog for the first time, and I just later towards the night he was standing there with Sam Biles, I think maybe.
Biles was there.
Yeah, and I said, I don't want to waste your time. No picture, nothing, bro. Just want to tell you the best fucking brutal death album. No, bro, let's take a picture, bro. Come on, get your girl in there too.
Yeah, he's pretty easy to get along with. I've never even seen him pissed off, and I've known Brian since I either met him in '99 or 2000 for the first time. I've known him since, and I've never even seen him pissed.
Yeah, and do you have any confirmation whether Regurg has found a guitar player for next year?
He said he had two guys that he was going to choose between, but he didn't want to announce yet who. But he's like, no, he's like he will have a guy. Because he's like one of the two are going to work out. He's like they're both really good. I think he's just going to go by who can do the most shows and shit like that. He kind of did mention who to me it was, but honestly, I didn't know them. So it was there in some other bands I never heard of. So it was kind of like, all right, Joe Blow, I don't know.
That's
he said that they did a really good job.
Yeah, and like another thing that caught me off guard with Dead by Dog one is Rotrevor went on early as hell, man. I thought that they would be in Regurg slot towards the end, but
what I did is purposely, in case you haven't noticed, is where I positioned the bands. I wanted them like I didn't want like Rotrevor or Malignancy purposely back to back.
Yeah,
because they're both death metal bands. I wanted each band be drastically different from the next because when I went to a lot of shows, especially fests, and if it's like an all death metal fest or an all black metal fest, one of my complaints was, even if I was a fan of a lot of bands, it becomes a lot of ear fatigue when it's the same genre.
Yeah.
So I purposely try to get as much different variety genres, and then where they played, so that way it's kind of like if a normie came, because that was always the biggest. I mean, I remember growing up, my parents always, this shit all sounds the same. So I kind of wanted to, if my parents walked in, not that they would, nor did I want them there, but if they did, you can't say it sounds the same. Whenever from Rotten UK to fucking, who went on second? Was it Lurking Corpses?
It was
Evil Army, maybe.
I think
maybe it was Rochevore second.
Yeah, I think it was Rochevore,
and that's why I would have done that.
Evil Army, to be honest, they were going to be my go to the car, smoke some pot band.
Oh, really? That was my favorite band.
Yeah, dude. We walked right outside, and then I started hearing them play. That was tight as fuck. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. That was an instant fan. And there's a lot of shit talk online about Rob Evil's past and all this.
Yeah, they have a little bit bumpy past.
but fuck it, dude. If they're playing as good as they played at Dead by Dog now, the dude is cleaned up. As far as I'm...
yeah, I was actually...
He seemed pretty good.
Yeah, I was actually, when I set the show up, that was my biggest concern, was those guys that either... My biggest concern was they just weren't going to show up.
Yeah.
You know, because I knew about... And my second concern was if they did show up, that was going to be a very punk attitude, play a 20-minute set, sloppy as shit.
Well, hell no. That was damn near the record.
Yeah.
And I seen Nunslaughter put out a Hell's Head Bash limited to 100 thing on vinyl.
Yeah.
Are they out of the question for future Dead by Dog festivals because of the... Or are they at all? And if so, is it because of the dead deer incident at the Head Bash?
Oh, no, that would have nothing, because that was here.
Yeah.
And that just the landlord didn't like that. I mean, no, Don's like my longest friend. The only reason I wouldn't have him at Dead by Dog is because when I do the show, my whole premise behind this, the idea of doing it, is in the Ohio area.
Yeah.
My goal is to have shit that's either you never seen here in this area, or it's like maybe every 10 years.
Okay.
Nunslaughter back in the early 2000s would have been very fitting because they didn't play much at all. Now they play all the time. And they played Cleveland like 3 times in the last 2 years.
Don told me that they can't get booked in Columbus and that they've played one show in Columbus. And I always think that's weird because
he's probably, I mean, what he means can't get booked in Columbus, he has his whatever the hell he wants and can't get someone to agree to it.
Yeah.
You know,
I get it. And there's some good clubs down there. King of Clubs is good.
Yeah.
The Ace of Cups is all right. But man, when I seen Profo down at that Ace of Cups club, I talked to Paul before the show. He was a real nice guy. Yeah, I remember my girlfriend came out of the bathroom and his eyes, but it was pretty funny. But he was nice as hell. He's walking around barefoot in socks.
Oh, was he? Really?
And I thought that was pretty funny. But during the show, you're all... I think it was the first instance of him starting to say this to the crowd. You're all fucking statues with phones.
Oh, so he actually said that live?
Yeah.
Because he told me that on camera. I didn't know he actually called in the crowd statues.
And then at the end of the set, they fucking ran the feedback, hit the cymbals, dropped their guitars, and I just remember seeing them all three dart through the crowd.
Oh, really?
Thinking, thank God I met him before the show, goddammit. Holy fuck.
What was he? So he was pissed?
Yeah, he seemed very pissed. I don't know, maybe...
Was it a small crowd too, though?
Yeah, there was like 4 other shows, 2 Hoagie shows, and another pretty decent hardcore metal show in town that night, I think, and that was the issue. But it was crazy. And they had a band opening before him, too, Panzerfaust.
Okay, yeah.
They had a big guy with a mask. It was all right. It's war metal shit.
Yeah.
And I remember that band was outside pleading with the security guard, like, we're not Nazis. We played at a venue with a pride flag yesterday. Probably speaking about No Class, maybe, or
could be, yeah.
Where Dead by Dog was.
They also had it too, yeah. Which is kind of funny because, you would think that they wouldn't have any affiliation with me, those clubs, but at the same time, because some people say that, I'm like, why? What do I say that's racial or anything like that? Like on my channel, like I mean, the gay stuff. I'm like, that's when people didn't call that out, like. Even Lenny said in my first interview, I said, like, something's gay. He's like, you can't say that. I'm like, what do you mean? Why can't you say? Because he's saying, like, you're going to get canceled.
Or you can say whatever you want on this channel.
I was like, that's the correct word. I was like, what are you supposed to use?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was like, that's what they call themselves.
Exactly.
Like, so I think some people got it twisted. Like, for a while there, especially during the WIMPvid times, everyone was walking on eggshells about words. I'm like, but some of these are the proper terminology. It's like, it's not like I'm, like, completely using terms that people like frown upon. So because some people, they brought up West Side Bowl, and then No Class is notorious for I don't know what you want to call it, woke or whatever you want to call it.
Rainbow flags and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not going there to look at rainbow flags, so I never have gave a fuck in a record store, in a venue. That's why I think people that get so mad, like, you're going to see the bands. Obviously, it's pretty weak. I'd rather go to a King of Clubs type venue where it's fairly metalized, but like, I think people just get too worked up over it, where it's like some of these metal dudes are like, I think one question that they all don't want to ask you is, how do I find a wife, man? Because I got a long-time chick. You're married. Like, and I know so many people that were into metal and dropped off because chicks don't like it. But this is an announcement from me, and you can back me up on this if you want to, or if you think it's false, call me out on my bullshit. If you can't get chicks as a metalist, the problem is not the fucking metal. It's you. Get off the computer, go get a job, go to some shows, actually buy some albums, buy some shirts, quit pirating shit. That's one of the worst things about these YouTube people that just pirate everything, don't pay for anything. And if you are disagreeing with me on the camera, fuck you, man. That's what I think about that.
Yeah, because I think, but whoever just listens to shit on YouTube, like I said, at best they're like kind of a weekend warrior.
Yeah,
because it's not like, they're very, very young, because like back in the day, that's all you had to buy everything, because there was no YouTube.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And so once you get to a certain level, once you get to wanting to hear the shit that you guys are selling, a lot of that shit you can't just pull up and play on the Bluetooth in your car and stuff, which is one of the best services that you guys provide. Like, you guys have a place to buy stuff in America, and this is the biggest distro in America.
I think it's the biggest distro in the world. As far as
hell yeah.
Because I say that, and no one's ever been able to tell me who else. I'm like, as far as underground metal, who has it? Because we have over 60,000 titles in stock now. Who has bigger? I know I can name other really good ones.
There's, Nuclear War now.
But even overseas, there's High Roller Records, there's Iron Bonehead, but they don't have as much shit as we do. I don't even think they would even claim they do.
Yeah.
So I was like, if there's somebody I don't know about, please feel free to tell me who it is. It's not Osmos. Like, who is it then?
And there are like young cats out there that are pressing shit up. Like, you could tell that they're real young, like the Kill the Posers guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I meant yeah.
Like, they're cool. They're cool. They're cool guys.
Yeah, and it's obvious they're young though when you talk to them.
They're pressing albums now under some record label, Brutalized and Defiled Records. They put out Dahmerized on CD.
Okay.
The Vaginal Jesus, just the CD. I actually had to ask them, if you guys do vinyl of the Vaginal Jesus, are you gonna put a real fucking sleeve? Because the old one was in paper. It's so trashy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are just supposed to be so prideful in yourselves, whatever the lyrics.
Well, yeah, because I think they couldn't get anybody to print a proper jacket.
All right.
And it's funny is that's my whole thing, like going back to actually kind of go back a question, but I answer with the Vaginal Jesus. Like with No Class stuff with, for example, like actually the owner of the club, she's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And she's in all that, woke stuff or whatever. My whole stance is on it is maybe kind of what people thought, maybe surprising. I was like, I don't care if they do it. I was like, because I believe in freedom of belief. I was like, as long as they don't push it on me. I was like, the only problem I have with the agenda is they're the ones canceling shit.
Exactly.
But then when you're talking about the guys that go there, the metalheads that get all upset, like, well, technically you're having the same mindset, because in your idea, you're wanting to cancel them from being able to say that. I was like, they should be able to say that if they want.
Exactly.
I was like, especially if it's their goddamn club. I was like, as long as they don't push it on me. But the problem is, what would be a problem with that club, any club like that, is you couldn't have any band you want.
Yeah.
There'd be somebody, we can't have them. Why? Do you believe in freedom of speech or don't you? I'm not saying you can't have your gay pride flag. You can have that. But why can't we bring in the Ranches brothers?
Exactly. And
there's no way in fuck they would allow the Ranches brothers.
Yeah, I seen that there was a Ranches brothers LP out now.
I bought one.
It's fucking crazy.
You want to get I'll show you my personal copy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We have some black vinyls in, but only 2 clears came in. So this will get your channel taken down in no time.
All right, hell yeah.
That's a title right there.
You need to fucking listen to that, man.
Dude, this album here, so this to me, because it's so catchy too, and the lyrics are
absolutely.
The lyrics are absolutely hysterical.
Put it in bare.
Put it in bare. Yeah. Women's lib. Let me fuck the bottom. Sexual assault. I mean, and then obviously Kill Every Gay, the opening song, is fucking hysterical.
Faggot Bolshevik was always my favorite.
That's on the full length, yeah. But the thing is with Rochester Brothers is they're the ultimate like band that kind of weeds out, in my opinion, of who has no business being extreme music. If you're offended by their lyrics and you say, I don't like this band strictly because of the lyrics, that is a deer crossing sign for me. Oh, you don't belong in extreme metal music.
Absolutely.
Because it's supposed to be offensive. And when people don't understand, like, for example, they have a song on there called Kill Every Gay.
Yeah.
How can you, oh my God. Do you like Deicide? Yeah, fuck yeah, Deicide, sick, bro.
Fuck your guy, kill the Christians.
They literally have a song, Kill the Christians. How is that? So you're literally saying it's okay to hate and kill Christians, but not talking about saying gays. Like, you are the most one-way, dumbass fucking street motherfuckers in existence.
Exactly.
It makes no fucking sense. And here's the things, they'll say that for Cannibal and stuff like that. Well, they're not serious. Again, back in the day, you didn't know if they were or not. Yeah. So you're still buying Butchered at Birth. You didn't know if they were serious. It wasn't on this dumbass social media, but all you idiots are still buying it. And number two, take Deicide. The guy burned a fucking cross in his forehead. I'm pretty sure he's at least semi-serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is he going out and actually committing the violent acts? No. But put it to you this way. If he turns on the news and Glenn Benton hears a Christian died in a car wreck, I don't think he's sad either.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's pretty serious too.
When Deicide was really running and gunning, like they had been, I know Glenn said he'd never been to jail, and there's probably a lot more violence and crime with the Hoffman brothers, who, if you could ever get an interview with them, would be badass.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I digress. Like, I've read about them in the early 2000s, like Serpent's era. I'm pretty sure getting their tour bus pulled over and popped with a bunch of roids and meth and all types of shit, like real Florida man shit.
Yeah.
And it just makes me glad that Glenn has got his head on straight these days. And he always seemed pretty damn smart, like to keep the band going through. In Torment in Hell, didn't they say they had like $5,000 to record that?
Something like that.
Yeah. Small amount. But he's definitely one of the greatest success stories in death metal. And speaking of which, we could get a little scoop here. I don't think you showed it on your channel yet. You got your hands blasted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, I did show it on, but the video hasn't gone up.
Yeah.
So I got those tattooed on the weekend.
How do you pronounce that album title? Incinerate 'em or Incinerate?
I do Incinerate 'em.
All right, cool.
Well, the reason I got that album was for a few reasons. Number one, back when it came out, everybody hated it except me. Everybody talked shit about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? This fucking album's great. Secondly, that's the first time I saw him. It was on that tour. It was 2001. It was at the Foundry in Cleveland, and Marduk opened up for him.
Yeah, because I knew you already had the Trifiction, and you got any other Deicide tats?
No other Deicide, okay. Just those two Deicides.
So I was going to ask, like, you picked Incinerate 'em over Legion cover.
The reason I did that is because that's what everyone else is going to get.
Exactly.
And I try to get shit that other people don't get. Now, the Trifiction's obvious because I like inverted crosses and things like that. And I love that
it's a perfect fucking logo.
Yeah, exactly. So there's exceptions to the rule, but this one I got purposely because for that reasons. I like getting other shit that other people aren't going to like. You know, it's funny, but some people like this record now. I'm like, dude, where the fuck were you at 25 years ago? Everyone trashed that record.
Exactly.
I remember everybody talking shit about it. But I always liked it. I have it to this day. It's signed by all the guys because I bought it, and I had all the albums up to that date on the tour. All my CDs are signed by all the guys because I brought them and had them sign them. That's when I first met Deicide, and Glenn was less than friendly, to say the least.
Oh, I have an off-camera question about that after.
Is it the Cannibal Fag story?
Oh, you can tell that one. That's a good one, but you've always said that there was something he said to you that you don't want to say on camera. But I don't want to blast it on the channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have been if I was just one of the mood to tell. It could be the I remember bringing it up.
Or you wouldn't bring it up to him. You wouldn't.
It was at the
Cannibal Fags
because it's called Cannibal Fags. He wrote it on my Butchered at Birth.
Yeah.
So these guys are a bunch of shit talking fags, and he wrote fags. I have it on my Butchered at Birth CD to this day.
Oh my god.
For the poser out of Loop Hoagies that don't know, like, why would you have him sign Butchered at Birth? Because he did backing vocals on Vomit the Soul.
The Deicide video from this year was actually our most popular one, and we work a little bit with Jimmy, who did that Mortician Facebook page that got them.
Jimmy
from the block.
The
guy that did the rap battle shit.
Yeah.
He actually said, ask the dog if he wants to do a boxing match. I said, man, he doesn't want. I said, I don't want to ask no stupid Hoagie Cat Shades questions.
Yeah.
But I'd like to keep the interview, give it some information. Like, I'm glad you pulled that Rochester Brothers out for the people that are almost there, but not quite. And that brings me to another thing. So Dead by Dog was pretty successful enough to put on a second one. And you got the name for the fest Dead by Dog 2 so far?
Like, you mean the lineup or the name of the venue?
The name of the festival, like how there was Dead by Dog 1, or are you just going to call it Dead by Dog 2?
Yeah, and then the volume 2, yeah. That way people don't get confused.
You could put out a shirt, something like Carnage in the Temple of the Dog.
You know, it's funny because I had other titles and somebody said that one too. But just for marketing reasons, I keep the name the same. Kind of like, hey, you got Maryland Death Fest, and because a lot of it's word of mouth too.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I did the idea to start the fest, even if I knew I'd lose a couple grand, where people are like, oh, you lost money? Like, why'd you? I was like, you're an idiot, dude. That's why you're not doing business. It's just big boys are talking. Just sit down and shut up. It's because a lot of things are word of mouth. So what does that mean? If people are now talking about, oh, there's this fest going on every year. What is that? Well, Dead by a Dog. What is this? Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Oh, let me check out this YouTube channel. Oh, this YouTube channel. This guy owns a company called Hell's. I was like, it's word of mouth as a part of an advertisement of a full picture. It's like, that's the reason I did it.
Absolutely.
It's not because I'm not putting the show on like I'm making money directly. I mean, I lost $1,000.
Yeah.
But even if you made $5,000, what the fuck's $5,000? I mean, that's what do you
you can't buy a 2000 Toyota Corolla with $5,000
correct
anymore.
that ain't shit. So it's like, even that's not an incentive enough to do it. Granted, it's nice, okay, now you didn't lose money on the event, but it's more so they advertise everything. It's another word of mouth things, because even people that don't go to, like, for example, a lot of people that don't go to Maryland Death Fest, right?
Yeah.
They always still check out the lineup, or they know about it and they talk about it. Like, who in the metal scene doesn't know what Maryland Death Fest is? They all do.
Yeah.
So if you know what that is, but now I have other entities tied into it, the channel, Hell's Headbangers. I mean, there's a whole battle plan around it.
And you skip Milwaukee already happened this year, right?
You
skipped out.
Eric, my brother, he went and vended.
Right.
I didn't go because
I think they did that Hoagie ass SOD shit with Jamie Josta.
I think that was it. Yeah. See, my whole premise of going a lot of these shows is, unless there's bands I really want to see personally, which actually, to be honest with you, this coming Maryland, there is a good handful of bands shit that I want to watch. But a big reason for me to go is to do the interviews, because to do it in person. So I go out on my own time, my own dime. And if I get like none set up, I'm like, you better hope there's a lot of bands I want to watch. And I was like, well, otherwise there's no point for me to go.
Exactly. Which brings me to, I got a couple more questions and we'll get out of here pretty soon. And I actually got some cold hard cash for you.
Oh, cool.
For the end. Yeah, hell yes. Consider it a paid ski in-person interview order. Goddamn. Yeah. But so the Metal Threat, it's pretty goddamn sick lineup. But the visas, you've been saying for the past year, man, they're not looking good, and they're posting like, I seen the guy put on Facebook, Absu got their visas approved. I thought Absu was in fucking Texas.
Yeah, same here.
And the main bands, you know, I don't even know if Destroyer 666 has been approved yet. I know that Satanic Warmaster hasn't, because that's who I'd be driving out there to go see.
I literally just talked to Lori from Satanic Warmaster this morning on WhatsApp, and I asked him about that. He said, I think Paul filed the expedited to get the direct answer.
Okay.
So they should know very soon. The thing is with a lot of these, if they don't happen, what you got to understand is people will want someone to blame. It's like, if you want to blame it, blame U.S. Customs. It has nothing to do with Paul. In fact, you should be sucking Paul's dick, because even if they didn't go through,
he's fucking booking it.
So no, but he paid for those. So for example, like each person, just give me an idea, each person's visa is $500 a piece. So if it's a 5-member band, he paid $2,500. Well, guess what? If it doesn't get approved, you know that money goes
to the government. Right?
Yeah, he doesn't get it back.
Jesus
like
Christ.
if your visa gets denied, they're not like, oh, sorry, we don't want you, but here's a check back. No, it's still, you're out of that money. So people that get mad at, like, because that's who they'll want to blame. You mean Satanic Warmaster to get? Thank your orange man, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank your government. That's what it was.
That's the reason that the fucking shirts are more expensive now too. I read somewhere that the tariff shit isn't going to affect vinyl or CDs because it's information technically.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually talking about the meeting, and it's seeming like so far the tariff shit seems like it's going to probably benefit us.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand it, but the way I see it when it comes to this new shit is like, give it a month or two so I can figure out. You learn on the fly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes this shit in writing, it doesn't seem like it's the way it is. It's like, we'll find out what's able to do and what's able not. You know what I mean? But when we first heard about it like a month ago or so, I was like, oh shit, we're getting fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the first thing I thought when this fucking guy. I don't really watch the news or anything. My dad's always out there watching it and shit. So you can come across seeing it.
Yeah.
And man, it's fucked, man. Whatever it is, it's all stupid. And I don't want to keep talking about fucking Donald Faggot Trump on the interview, man. We got more important things to talk about. So, have you considered booking any smaller shows nearby? Since Dead by Dog was fairly successful.
There would have to be a reason for it.
Yeah,
because like booking shows wasn't really my like wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And for me personally, is I'm getting to that old man status of burnout of shows.
Yeah.
As far as not burnout on shows, as far as like what excites me to go to. And the problem is everything that I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go to that. Like you brought Destroy 66.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or Satanic War Master. I go watch it. It's all overseas shit.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, visas and all, like that's a lot. Let's just say visas, they're going to get approved. Okay, that's still a lot of money. You know what I mean? The visas and flights, and then they're not going to sleep on the fucking floor.
Yeah. You
got hotels, and they're not going to play for free.
Yeah, exactly. They got to eat. Most of them got to drink. Most of them want to smoke a little bit of pot, whatever.
The best way, if you want an overseas band to play a one-off show, unless it's some complete fucking T-bone or nobody that will do it for free, but just do it for cost, plan for 10 to 12 grand. That's what the one band costs. Not because they're asking for that. They're generally asking for around $1,000.
Yeah.
It's because flights, visas, hotel, food, beverages, airport to fucking the venue.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to pay either an Uber, you got to rent a van, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're here, they're at the airport, travel's paid. Nah, bro. How they get from the airport to the venue, back to their hotel, back to the venue, and back to the airport. That shit ain't free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you had all that. Nobody even thinks about all that shit till you do it. I was like, yes, an overseas band, especially if it's 5 members, $10,000 to $12,000.
Yeah,
and that's if it's a small band, like say like Attic or Denial of God next year. Dude, I don't even know if I said. Do you have any idea what Sodom got paid?
Probably 30 grand, right?
It's more.
Oh my God, 50?
It's 50, yeah.
Fuck, 50 to hear Jabba the Hutt and Surfing Bird.
Exactly. And people will say shit like, oh, like they'll rip on like Deicide or something like that, and like these commercial bands, like all these bands you worship. I was like, dude, I hear what they get paid. I heard what Autopsy got paid for fucking on the first Maryland Death Fest.
Yeah, I seen that they fucking sold out either Indiana with Nunslaughter opening too. And for a one album band, man, people must really like the Autopsy t-shirts. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, so but it's just funny how like kind of like the shit talkers, like if I talk about a Cannibal or Deicide, like these sellout or these money bags, I'm like, okay, which bands do you like? Oh, okay, yeah, I know their numbers, and let me tell you, they're getting paid way more than you think.
Exactly.
Like it's like, no, dude. Like,
yeah, that's what. I was gonna ask you some stuff about Trey Azagthoth. The first time we met, it was the Cavalera show in Columbus, and that's what we talked about. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was me and my chick.
Okay.
And you were out there with Elcat. It was pretty cool, actually. My girlfriend grew up Mormon and shit, so getting into the hell stuff, I was a little bit iffy. But hell no, she's all into it. She spends her own money on it too, so it ain't just no fucking wearing your boyfriend's shirt shit.
But did it turn her out of the Mormon, or is she still in the Mormon? And like
she was raised Mormon. She was already a little bit out of it, but more into
because like
the LGBTQ girl.
Because we were born and raised Catholic, but obviously I don't consider myself a Catholic.
Yeah, I was a Lutheran till I was until I heard War Machine by Kiss, and then it was fucking.
Yeah. Well, personally, actually, I think that's kind of the. I don't mind like if you're born or raised Christian or whatever, and then you get out of it because of metal. In my idea, as opposed to, let's say you're born and raised atheist, got into metal, then that doesn't truly say what path you would have followed. Because most people just follow whatever path they were raised on.
Yeah.
If you were born and raised, like, for example, myself, Catholic, and you got out of it on your own, that to me, that says a little bit more that you're thinking for yourself. Because you turned your back on kind of like because everybody else, like, the only reason that they're what they are is because that's what you were born and raised. Go over to Iran. Everybody over there is Muslim. Why? It's not because it's because that's what was shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
Over here, no one thinks for themselves.
Well, over here, everyone's Muslim now too, but
that's because they kind of moved over here, right?
Yeah.
But that's from their ethnic.
Yeah,
background.
Exactly.
But I mean, most people that are Christian, why are you Christian? Oh, that's how I was born.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just doing it because that's what mommy and daddy told you. Like you didn't question it. Did you even read the fucking Bible?
Yeah, and I feel like most people, once you're old enough to start thinking. It's like this shit is all scare tactics, man. And it's scare tactics with once you die, you're going to be in hell eternally unless you do this, do that. And it all leads to church shit. But people want to say that this shit's terrifying, sadistic intent, these dark and evil imagery. Hell no, man. It's good, man. And you should spend your fucking money on it. Well, got it. 2 or 3 more questions in my head here. So Reaper is a little bit younger than you guys.
He's like a year and a half. Like, so I was born in January '85. He was born in the end of October of '86. So he's almost 2 years younger than me, just shy of 2 years.
Okay. And there's always been Reaper Metal Productions separate from Hell's Headbangers.
Mm-hmm.
Was this a decision consciously made just because he was playing in bands, or is it based off? He seems like his taste is a little bit more to the classic shit.
So the way that there was no. So that owns Hell's Headbangers, me, Eric, and Chase. I'm the youngest out of the three of us.
Okay.
So I mean, I made it by the skin of my ass.
Oh.
The only reason we kind of put together is because we were all working jobs. So if Craig was even younger than me, so he wasn't even working. And Craig started very early on. He was working on Crucified Mortals.
Yeah.
So he had his mind tied up with that. And then very, very early on, Jim Sadis from Nunslaughter. He met Craig first, and he heard his band, and then he told Don about it, and they needed a bass player. He got signed into joined into Nunslaughter when he was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the main thing. They needed a guy for the Japanese tour.
Yeah.
Craig went to Japan when he was just like, I think he just turned 18.
God damn.
17, and that's for Nunslaughter. So he was already, and then he was in Nunslaughter for another 10 years. So he was doing Crucified Mortals and Nunslaughter for at least 10 years. So he wasn't even thinking about it. And then he had a few things he wanted to come out himself. And so he kind of had the ropes on how to do it because he saw us doing it. So if you had any questions, and Jim's the one that showed us, because our first release we put out was Spawn of Satan. That was Jim's side project band.
I actually picked that up at a record store in Columbus. $5
Yeah.
Also the Nunslaughter Sentinex, Hail Germania. Yeah. All that, all types of old shit. I picked up 11 Nunslaughter records last week, Nunslaughter adjacent too. And one of the last questions was actually about Jim, who seems pretty legendary guy.
Yeah, so he's the one that showed us the kind of ropes. And
yeah.
so now that Craig's at Nunslaughter and he got inspired, he just wanted to put out a few things that he just wanted out personally. So the answer men were right there. It's like, well, you could have kind of asked us, or Jim's the one that showed us. So it was just easy for them to do. He's like, I'm just gonna start a small label for fun. He's like, and then because he's like, when we play these shows anyways, I'll just bring copies on the road, sell them there. So it was just kind of, he just started up as a side hobby fun. But when we started Hell's, he was just too young. But at the same time, because he didn't have a job to put any funding into it, and then he was doing his own thing. He was because out of all of us, none of us started a band. None of us have ever even played an instrument. He was the only one.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so he was busy doing that. So it was, on the outside looking in, it almost looks like we left him out. And I think, I could be wrong on this. I've heard through the grapevine that he's somewhat insinuated that and to other people in adult years. But I hope he doesn't feel that way, because none of us are the funny part is how he owns business. None of us are overly close.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can tell you right now, how many times have I hung out with, well, put it this way, I've hung out with Craig a few times, just hang out in my adult years.
Yeah.
Eric and Chase, who I own the company with, how many times have I hung out with them outside of a show setting or something? Not once. In my entire adult years. So it's not like we're we included Justin because you thought he was cooler. I'm pretty sure they barely even like my ass.
Yeah. That's why it was so crazy, Dead by Dog, walking around, He's got Paul Gorfine over here, fucking, you say that Dawg never leaves his fucking house. He was out there.
Yeah, he was, but that's because he got a ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't busting out those jumper cords to start that car up.
Yeah, he's one of them hates driving motherfuckers.
Oh, dude, he's so me. I'm pretty reclusive, but if you get me talking, I could get kind of talking. But he's really reclusive. Oh, wow. Funny thing is I don't like to call him shy, because shy sounds like you're just some fucking wimp. But that's the best word to describe it, especially if you're to bring on the camera. If he was to open up, kind of have the I don't give a fuck attitude like I do, and tell his opinion on shit, he'd be funnier than me.
Yeah.
He has hotter takes than me.
Yeah, absolutely. He did a text interview for a website, Bardo Methodology, I think.
Yeah, I know that. Did he say anything funny in there? I didn't see it.
A long interview. He insinuates type of the old stories like you do on the channel about the BB gun and the
we were kids
at the card party, all this shit. He's like this, and it's a damn good interview.
So it's a written interview?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know the Bardo. I thought we carried it. I didn't realize he did one in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
there's no way in hell he typed that out.
It was probably on the phone.
Yeah. He didn't sit there and type all that shit out.
Yeah, and it was crazy meeting Easy E, just man in the booth. It was fucking sick. And that Nunslaughter Crucified Mortal split. All you Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Hoagies, go look up Crucified Mortals, look up Spawn of Satan, Even Nunslaughter. This is all catchy, easy shit for you guys to get into. That's what I always recommend people to start at.
Yeah, I know. Because like for example, like even like as much as I like something like Regurgitation, like I'm like when someone says, "Oh, I don't like that stuff," I'm like, I could see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you tell me like, the Spawn of Satans, Crucified Morals, Nunslaughters, I'm like, and let's say you like any death metal and thrash, and they don't know about that or like, I'm like, huh? I'm like, are you like, do you not like pizza either? Like that doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand how you can't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like someone's like, I don't like Mortician. I'm like, I get that. I'm not like, how do you not like more? I understand. It's not for everyone. I can understand. If you don't like Incantation, I get that. But when someone says I don't like any songs, no songs by Nunslaughter, I'm like, have you ever even heard Burn the Cross or Raid the Convent or Death by the Dead? Like, are you just deaf or fucking retarded? I was like,
exactly.
Yeah, you don't like it if you're a guitar wanky jerk off. Fucking, I want to hear Jimi Hendrix death metal.
Listen to Mastodon.
I was like, it's simple. And can you do these? I could talk all day about these idiots.
Yeah.
I was like, they love shit like Black Sabbath, Paranoid and stuff. Like the Paranoid song, super simple. Everybody said, we wrote that in the studio in fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a throwaway.
Greatest song ever. But these same fucking wanker fucking douchebags will say the same thing like if they hear Nunslaughter like Death by the Dead. It sucks. It's not even talented. It's 2 chords. But you love all this other simple shit. You love Black Sabbath, Paranoid. You love the Misfits and shit. And I like that too. I'm like, you like simple music. Some of the simplest music is the best goddamn music.
Absolutely.
Because it's catchy, it's memorable. I was like, no, I mean, dude, I don't want everything to be Vital Remains or something. I was like, that's hard to digest. I like some of that.
I'll put an album that sounds up in the Regurgitation, Niagara Blaze type noisy territory. Even though those are 2 completely different bands, you hoagies. I know. I'm just saying noisy, brutal shit. All right. But I will listen to 9 or 10 fucking Nunslaughter type albums in a day. Yeah. I cannot stop spinning that Spawn of Satan, man. Ritual Murder, one of the best goddamn songs ever written.
Good lyrics. They're hilarious too.
Cave your skull in with a fucking rock.
Yeah, the gym was great. And he had the Dr. Claw vocals.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of these, some people are catching on it now and we talk, I'm like, dude, like, and it wasn't a bias. The reason we put it out, I was like, this shit's just awesome. I was like, the vocals are unique. It sounds like Dr. Claw, but it's death metal vocals that you can understand what he's saying, even without the
every single word.
And I'm like, when people don't like this, I'm like, yeah, bro, but do you like stabbing?
Yeah, we don't need to talk. I don't want to talk about any guys that are in bands that are fucking 23-year-olds like me. There's so much shit that's went down and that's still going down with seasoned veterans. Like, a lot of these people don't know Kernugia.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah. Exactly, which reminds me, are you planning on being at the Sinister Master?
Yeah, show? And I'm hoping to interview Paul Speckman from Master there, and Odd from Sinister.
All right, hell yeah!
No, I didn't ask them, but I would like to interview.
Yeah, hell yeah!
My only concern is, that was in '99. I met Odd once. That's when I saw Sinister. They was on the Aggressive Measures tour, and they opened up for Rotting Christ. And I remember meeting Odd and all the guys that were in the band at the time. I don't remember the exact lineup. But it wasn't Mike singing. It was the second singer on Aggressive Measures. I think is his name Mike too, or maybe it's Bart. There's 2 Barts because there's the Bart guitar, whatever the fuck it was. But I like that album a lot too. I remember Odd. He was sitting outside the step, and I have him sign. I remember his English being really bad, like unbearably bad. Granted, this is 26 years ago. Maybe it cleaned up, and I thought that was weird looking back at him, like because everybody I know from Holland, Netherlands, like you see my interviews with Seth, and shit from Centurion. So their English is usually really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if it was just a time thing, and he was. And when I look back at again, my dumbass in '99, I was 14. I'm thinking all these band members are 40 years old and shit.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, he's like 24. I was 25. Just like when I met Seth for the first time, I was 16. I'm thinking 40-year-old man. He was 24 at the time. It's like, oh, you're only 8 years older than me. I was like, I thought you were way older than that.
Oh, shit.
So put in perspective, they're still kind of kids themselves. 26 years later, maybe he speaks much better English.
Yeah, I'd imagine because I don't know. Usually. Yeah, I don't know. I only ever met one British guy in my life. So fuck.
Oh, really? You never met any other bands in the format? Like any bands that come through? I'm trying to think of who recently, but
foreign guys, not really. Usually.
Well, did you meet the guys in Attic at Dead by Dawg?
Actually, no, man.
Okay,
no, I didn't.
Because they're German. I was gonna say they're German.
Yeah, met Gorfine that night though. That was fucking sick.
Yeah,
he's one of your best interviews subjects. When you guys do an interview together, you guys, Brian Baxter. The early King Fowley, Scott and I think Dawn of the Dead. It was all 3 of them in one video, maybe.
The Scott was me. Yeah, me, Don, and Scott.
It was you, Don, and Scott, and then we also did Don and King.
Yeah, there's a me, Don, and King, and then I did a couple other separates with King. My very first interview I did was outside No Class, was me standing there, and it's like only like 10 minutes long or so. But I just did on the fly. It was with King, actually.
All right. Now I got one Jim Kanye question, one recommendation for the Iron Maiden Judas Priest Hoagies, which shop the fucking bootleg. Go to hellsheadbangers.com and look up.
Well, what's a Judas Priest Iron Maiden hoagie?
Like
that's all they like is what you're saying.
Like
that's as far as they go?
The retired medalists or the people that don't know where to go.
Yeah. Okay.
One band on Hell's Headbangers, I'd personally probably say Deceased because there's so much shit there, and a lot of our people actually love Deceased, which is pretty good to see. But for you, who would you pick
for the Judas Priest Iron Maiden hoagies?
Yeah, for the entry level guys that want to get deeper in that you can buy off Hell's Headbangers.
Yeah, I'll give them either as far as paying respect, bands I like, discography, how long they've been around, and the odds that they might have a slight chance in fucking liking it. I'd go with either Deceased or Nunslaughter.
Yeah,
one or the other. I wouldn't hand them. Niagara Bliss.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably not going to like that.
Yeah, but if you start, you get your ears open.
Then you work your way into it.
Work your way into it. Just don't buy your first thing off Hell's Headbangers and then start trying to have real fucking conversations. It'd be like me coming in here and being like, "Oh yeah, fucking all the Celtic Frost is awesome. What the fuck?" Which I actually, on the record, I don't like that shit. The 2 Megatherion later shit, whatever. Fuck it. But now with the Jim Sadist, Kanye, Satanic, a lot of names,
Yeah.
Question. He, as far as you know, he coined the term metalist, right?
He's the first person that I heard say it, yeah.
It's so much better of a fucking word than metalhead. Even when I was 11 years old, buying a Death from FYE, Scream Bloody Gore, they had the fucking paper bag over the thing. So you gotta be a real metalhead to like that shit. Like, man, it sounds like I'm on drugs, man. I don't want to be a head of anything. I'm not giving no head, so I don't want to be a head. I'm a metalist. That's a perfect
dude. I remember even when I cut my hair because it was like all fucking it was like all damaged and shit. That was before it was like falling out, so it wasn't thin at that time, but I cut it because it was all damaged and shit. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? You can't cut your hair. It's like, that's your sword and shield. Shit like that. Like, people say a lot of stuff that I say on the channel is ridiculous because it's kind of funny. And like, is this guy a kid? It's funny. It's like, Jim was really like that though. Yeah. Like, he said it in person. Now, granted, I'm sure he wasn't serious as a heart attack, but at the same time, he was pretty serious.
Oh, speaking of Jim too, you like goat penis?
I prefer regular penis. That's what he said. Hell yeah. That was his response. Yeah. Craig asked him, like, Jim, you like goat penis?
Yeah, I heard that in the Brian Baxter live the other week. That shit cracked me up.
Brian, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. And now I'm going to list off a couple people adjacent to the bodybuilding world and see your opinion on them. It's going to be a bunch of weirdos and outskirt guys.
Okay.
All right, Mike Menser. What do you think of him?
It's funny how to see his training styles coming back and people wanting to utilize it. It has its place. The thing is, when people ask about this type of training or that type of training, I'm like, they're all good.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't pick one style and do it for the rest of your life. You cycle your training because what's going to happen? You're going to plateau. Theoretically, what you should do is learn them all and cycle them all every 3 to 4 months. Because after about 8 weeks, no matter what you're doing, you're going to stall and plateau. So the only way to continue getting progress is to switch it to a brand new stimulus.
Okay.
So Mike Menser is like, yeah, utilize it and then go to like a high volume, high frequency. So do that for 3 to 4 months until it stalls out. And then as far as Menser too, some of the things that gets annoyed people like, yeah, he hated Arnold because Arnold won the 1980 Olympia and he's got this animosity toward him. And everybody says, yeah, Menser should have won. It's always kids that I'm like, dude, do you know anything about bodybuilding history, you fucking moron?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but because Arnold beat him. I'm like, Menser was 5th, right? It's not like he was second to Arnold. Everyone thinks he's second. I'm like, there was 3 to 4 other guys ahead of him.
And
so it's like, so what about the other guys? Like, so the 5th place guy. So let's just say that Arnold was given a gift, which from what I hear, he was like, he doesn't deserve to win that, not that one. And I was like, but what about 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? Menser was 5th. Like, how do you explain that? Like, he leaves that part out, especially when he bitches about Arnold.
Yeah.
And another thing people don't realize about the guy was a full-blown meth head.
Yeah, that's why I put him in the list of bodybuilders I was going to ask you about.
Yeah,
he's a fucking drug fiend.
He's a drug fiend, and he do gay for pay to pay for his habits.
Well,
that's like known thing.
So many fucking bodybuilders where I don't even think about that with bodybuilding because I'm not a gay guy. So many of them have done it. So many.
Yeah,
so fucking many.
Well, because you got to think about it. I mean, almost like, how else would you fund that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And back in the 90s, where people got their growth hormone, guys, they got it from AIDS patients. So, because AIDS patients are prescribed serostim growth hormone. And growth hormone, especially back then, was extremely expensive. To get a kit of growth hormone, it's 18 IUs a bottle, and there's 7 bottles in there, I believe. It's $1,000 a kit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're prescribed a bottle a day, which is a very high dose. That's $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's paying for that?
Speaking of,
so what they're doing there, what they would do is they weren't taking a lot of it or not taking it all. And they're selling it to bodybuilders for much cheaper or hook up things. That's why part of that's you almost by necessity, especially back then. It's kind of the part of the deal. I mean, like, and also too, define gay for pay. To me, you're sucking some dude's dick, you're taking dick. Yeah. Some of it was like
jerking off, whatever.
No, some of that. Some guys were like, hey, can I watch you at the gym and follow you around and take photos while you work out? Yes, and I'll pay you $1,000.
Yeah.
If somebody offered me $1,000, I'm like, yeah, you can do that. I don't give a shit. But somebody like, that's gay for pay. How was that gay for pay? I didn't suck his dick.
And you're not checking up to see who's watching the fucking shit.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if you're full blown a guy, I mean, hey, whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah,
but
exactly. It's out of my sight, out of my mind.
Yeah, but the thing is, too, is when people like to say, "Oh, see, that's why bodybuilding is gay." I was like, dude, what the fuck do you think goes on in Hollywood and shit?
Exactly.
How do you think you get to
the Hollywood shit? Is you guys can go watch Alex Jones bullshit if you want to.
It's funny because people like when they want to dig up dirty laundry, they'll utilize bodybuilding and say the dark side. I'm like, but dude, if you were to get into like rock and roll, Hollywood, WWE. NFL. I was like, their dark sides are way dirty.
Yeah, and
nobody brings that shit up.
All you Lemmy worshippers, go read his book and see what he thought of seeing his 16-year-old girl strip for the first time. Go read his book. He wrote it in his own words, 97. And if bodybuilding is so sick and evil, then you guys got to take Lemmy off the pedestal too. But another bodybuilder, this guy's an absolute total drug abusing freak. He's dead now. We all looked into him in high school when we were playing football and stuff. His name was Big Lenny Person, Persin. He had the biggest Columbo. You do?
Yeah. To me, it was like I didn't.
You think he was genuinely a mentally ill guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least semi-autistic at the very fucking least.
And it was weird. He was connected to Jason Genova and all that shit, who is just a complete retard. One of my friends actually got me a gym-worn, disgusting. I took it out of the package. It smelled disgusting. Signed. Jason Genova can't even spell his own name. It says Janoycresva. Janoy Cresva.
For years, I never even heard of that guy. And then when I heard about it, he's got a following. I'm like, this literally like lessons. I think even less of humanity. I'm like, why would anybody follow this guy? I was like, no offense.
I think it was all high school.
I was like, the guy. I mean. Again, legitimate, so I'm not going to make fun of him. He's retarded.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to follow a retarded guy? Like, what are you going to learn from him?
That's what, like
I don't get it. I'm full-blown confused. And Big Lenny, some of the shit he'd say would be funny. Like, when he did a 2-part interview with RX Muscle in person.
Legendary.
Some of his shit was goddamn funny as fuck. He's like, you either got a wife or you got a whore.
Yeah.
There is no girlfriends. Yeah. I'm like, he's got a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying I agree with it. He was a character, but I mean, would I call him a bodybuilder? I mean, just from his physique alone, I mean, dude, the guy's stomach he had a bigger gut than a pregnant woman.
He was more insulin addicted than a true bodybuilder, and he always did the quarter reps and stuff, you know? But as far as freak physiques go, that's a freaky motherfucker, you gotta admit.
He had something going on, because I don't even know how you could get his gut that big, because it wasn't like subcutaneous fat.
Yeah, and he turned
like visceral fat.
He turned himself black with a melanotan too or something.
Yeah, that shit works. It makes you nauseous. I've tried it. Don't get me wrong. I've used it.
But he turned himself Haitian black.
Yeah, you can. You go as dark as you want melanotan too. I don't use. The funny thing is some people will frown upon melanotan too. It's a legal peptide. You can get it.
Yeah.
It's not illegal at all. You got to get it kind of on the. You got to get it as a research chemical, but super easy to get it. You can have it at your doorstep tomorrow. Not illegal, so me saying this is not like incriminating or anything. I don't like it because I always got you get this some of the side effects. You get the nausea like right after you inject it. Like I literally feel like you just got off a roller coaster, you're gonna throw up. Not everybody gets that. I got that side effect, so I'm like, fuck this. I ain't even taking this shit. I'll just use the tanning bed. However, ideally should use it, especially if you do tan. The reason people think, oh, you get skin cancer taking it, and I'm like, dummy, you realize they prescribe it over in Europe still because we're so behind in this fucking Stone Age goddamn America as far as medical goes. It was created to prevent skin cancer. This produces more melanoma in your skin, that pigment, which is what protects your skin. I was like, no, it actually protects you. It's an anti-skin cancer medication, dummy. It doesn't give you skin cancer.
Yeah,
it's a complete opposite. I just didn't like the side that I got on. But I know tons of people, like even at my gym, girls, everything. There's a 56-year-old woman. She loves it. I was like, you don't get the nausea? She said, no. Wow. I was like, yeah. I tried it 3 times, and I even did very, very, very low dose, like what you start off with. And I still got, I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't feel like I'm puking my brains out every time, because you usually take it right before bed. It's like, fuck that. So I didn't like it. But if I didn't get that, I'd be taking the shit too.
Yeah. And then the last guy that's a real freak I want to ask you about. You know about Dr. Tony Huge or Tony?
I met him. Yeah.
You met him?
Yeah, a couple times. Cool guy. Really nice guy.
Yeah, you like him, right?
Love him.
Okay, hell yeah. Dr. Tony Huge?
Do I agree?
J-Dog approved.
Do I agree with everything he says? There's nobody on this planet I agree
with. No, you can't, bro. He has a harem of women over there, all that crazy shit, weird shit, man.
You know, he's the one that brings it up. It's funny because everybody's freaking out over here about, transvestites and shit like that. Over in Thailand, this has been going on for like 40, 50 years. And like they're laughing at these Americans that are so appalled by it, whether you into it or not. It's like, dude, this has been going on forever.
Yeah,
it's just now coming to the rest of the world. Yeah. It's like, this is old. Like, where you been?
Big Lenny was obsessed with Haitian trannies in particular. He called them tan 10s with a
the funniest line is it was on RX Muscle as well. It was with Big Lenny, Boston Lloyd, I think Greg Valentino. It was like 6-7 years ago. And what they ask is like, because Big Lenny likes the trannies, that's what he prefers. And I think it was John Romano is like, hey, so Boston, what do you think? Like, Big Lenny, he prefers trannies. Like, does that make him gay? He's like, I don't know if that makes him gay, but it's definitely in the middle at least, right? So he's like, no, it's not. I was like, well, it's kind of somewhere in the middle, dude. He's like, you're fucking a guy who is technically a guy, but it looks like
bolt-ons on him. Man.
So yeah, it's like it's at least you're at least somewhat in the middle, homeboy.
Yeah, and then 2 substances that I was always interested when I was lifting back in school and stuff. Just because they're weird. But there a lot of bodybuilders take them. There's the fake Xanax stuff, the phenibut. Do you have any experience with that? It's called PHENIBUT.
Yeah, is that a peptide?
I think so. I don't know. Lenny used to take it a bunch, and he'd be all fucked up.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've never used it. Are they using it for sleep, or what are they using it for again?
I think he was just using it to get high, honestly. But I think it's a anti-anxiety thing.
Yeah, I mean, the one drug that I wish was still around, it was sold as a supplement, but it's highly illegal now because guys were using it as a date rape drug. GHB, yeah. I wish that was around because from what I understand, the mechanism of it is like it's amazing for sleep.
Yeah,
like it increases your REM sleep. And all you need to sleep is like 5 hours, and you get that deep quality sleep. So, honestly, I think it would have it would significantly benefit your health. Hence, why I think it's illegal. Because anything that's going to truly heal you, they make illegal.
Yeah,
they don't want you to know about because they don't want to heal you. They want you to stay sick enough so they can prescribe you a Band-Aid. If they heal you, they're going out of business.
That's the only GLP-1 receptor that they got pushing now is the Ozempic shit. Isn't that the worst one?
Yeah, the third tier right now is the retatrutide. And that shit is going to be, it should be out in a few years. You can get it on the black market now. That is the third tier of the GLPs. And that is a longevity medication.
All right.
It's, mark my words, and I've said it even before, in 10 years, over half the country will be on it. And that is not just fat people, people like yours.
Yeah.
They'll take small doses because of the all the health benefits it provides.
Absolutely.
Some people believe that it comes out like people way smarter than me. They do this right here is the fucking fountain of youth. Yeah, it's the dual way 3 agonists. Yeah, Ozempic's garbage. Tirzepatide's the one after that. It's like if you want to lose weight, yeah, it'll work, but I wouldn't use it. But retatrutide, that's good shit.
Alrighty. Well, I got 3 albums to go pick out. I know exactly what they are. I got some cold hard cash to spend. Not going to waste no more of this use a mover and shaker over here, all right? All right, not going to waste any more of his time. I got a long drive back to Columbus. Now, one thing I got to tell you Hoagies out there, shop the Hell's Headbangers bootleg section if nothing else. You will find the boots are best boots, on the internet here. Reek of Death, anything you want, Merciful Fate, Overkill, Slayer, all these big name bands that you guys are obsessed with buying action figures for. Buy some fucking boots, okay?
Yeah, boots are best.
And that's hellsheadbangers.com. And yep, Violent Viking for the Downfall Network. Fuck the Vinlander, you're a hoagie. I know why you ran out of the show, and it wasn't because you had a stomach ache. Alrighty. And that's me all saying this, obviously not the dog.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know me. I don't care. You can say whatever.
Exactly.
You
Hell
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, one last question. Totally honest, because it'll make a good video if the answer is bad. How do you think this interview has gone compared to like the Cat Shades one? Anything else you did? The Cat Shades one, that sucked, buddy. Sorry, Cat. I know you're a Columbus guy. That was terrible, man.
No, this was good. In the in-person interview, like I didn't think much of it. I didn't. When he asked, I think Lindsay took more. I want to say offense, but she's like, why are you asking him this stuff, man?
Yeah,
kind of like, because she was standing there, like, I think she was the one holding the camera because he didn't have a camera stick, but she was rolling her eyes. She's like, because she didn't know who he was. Because believe it or not, like Lindsay, she don't watch my channel. She don't watch other YouTubers. So she doesn't know this guy from. She doesn't know who the hell this guy is.
Does she know how?
Who is this weirdo? Like, why is he asking this stupid shit? I was like,
does she know how weird and catty the viewers act when you put her on the channel? Like back in the day, I noticed the comments on a video that features LCAT are always way more weird than the other ones, because a lot of these internet metalheads, you don't know how to act when you see a chick.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I mean that's part of it. She never really kind of wanted to come on either for that reason. She's like, I don't want to hear the comments and stuff. I'm like, well, just don't read them.
Yeah.
My whole thing is because for me, I just don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can say whatever you want. I just don't give a shit. But I thought, especially any of the females I had on, whether it been my wife,
there was my
friend Elise, like she's like a friend of mine. Anything like super disrespectful, I was like, I'll just get rid of you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck about me. But I was like, just act like a mature, grown man, dude. Like that's another thing. Like, yeah, with these people is like, I don't know. I was never like that, even as a kid with women. Like I was always mature.
Yeah,
even if you had an ex or something, I wasn't like, oh, so and so banged. I'm like, dude, this is life. Like this is. Are you a grown up or what?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know. That's just childish shit. Maybe I was just always mature for my age. I never acted like that. I never sent girls dick pics. That's fucking.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's totally.
She can't suck the phone. You won't feel it if she sucks the phone.
Yeah, anyone. If you've ever done that in your life, to me, you're already mentally off. Like, why would that even cross your mind to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But again, yeah, when you've been in the shows, you meet some of these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the coolest people in the world I met in the metal scene.
But that's like I met him the same night I met you at a Cavalera show.
Oh, no shit, okay.
But yeah,
some of the biggest jackasses I met in the metal scene.
And Dead by Dog 2 is going to be closer to the Cleveland.
It's going to be at the Mercury. Have you?
Okay. Is Joe Offord banned from there? Because I know he's banned from a bunch of other clubs.
Again, it feels up to me. Nobody should be banned from nothing. I believe in freedom and everything, but that guy's a total.
He's a human bed bug. I wouldn't want him there just so a bunch of heads didn't end up with bed bugs. He's disgusting.
Yeah. He doesn't come out as shows as much as he used to. I've seen him not that long ago, but in the past few years, I've only seen him like once or twice. I'm not looking for him either.
Yeah, I heard Pat from Aggressively Uninterested, who was filming shows. I heard him say that Regurgitation's cover was actually planned to be horny with the chick.
I think he was joking.
Okay, I
don't think. No, from what I Brian never officially told me what they were doing. But he insinuated. I don't know if it was on a live or if it was just a person. I think it was some Deicide songs.
Okay, yeah, that would have been fucking sick. And like,
back out Ben, man, he fucked us.
Yeah, fuck him. And I know you're a Columbus guy too, so whatever.
It's back out Ben.
Columbus guy? That's what it says. Columbus. You better be working at the top floor of the fucking Nationwide building, making $1 billion to have missed that, you motherfucker. Because you disappointed a whole building full of people. Rotrevor put it down though.
They bailed them out.
Last question. You think there's last question this time. You think there's any hope for Heinous Killings repress or any hope for Joe Wolf in general?
To be honest, I don't even know if I've ever met Joe Wolf.
Okay.
Like I definitely don't know. Brian said in a live what his problem. Basically, he's a full blown pillhead.
Yeah, he's like homeless somewhere out.
I guess I didn't know that degree.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know the guy, so to me, like what a total stranger's doing, I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understood, it was Unmatched Brutality that owns it.
Okay.
And I hit up Jamie, who owns Unmatched Brutality. He never replied. And I said, so I heard through the grapevine, somebody's like, yeah, but he's planning on repressing the CD. Okay, but he doesn't do vinyl. How about we'll do the LP? He doesn't see. And by the way, that was fucking 3 years ago. That he still hasn't done the goddamn CD.
Yeah.
So I asked him for licensing, and it was no reply, which is kind of weird because don't be wrong, like Jamie's not like, hey, there's the Dawg, fuck yeah, hey bro. But I'm not a complete stranger either. I literally have hung out with him and Chad Walls and his brother on Instruments of Torture when that's the only record out. The fucking second album, because that's when we took them all during Instruments of Torture, and they came down here a few times. The second album, Festivals of Death, if you look in the CD and the LP that exists, it says pictures taken by the Brothers of Brutality.
Hell
That's
yeah.
me, Eric, and Chase.
Hell yeah.
They used our photos. So what I'm getting at, he doesn't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
But then I do an interview with him at Maryland Death Fest. Why would you get a text? Hey, bro, can we sign license heinous killings? Delete.
Yeah.
Like, you at least say something. Say something. I'm not his bestie. He's not sending me Christmas cards. But you somewhat know who I am. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, just delete, not. Fuck this guy.
And that's a fucking money printer.
Yeah.
Any older guys that don't know, the fucking internet wants the heinous killing shit on by so bad. Like, yeah. Like,
so, but that was the answer. No reply. But and again, I was trying to get the solid answer if he does own it. That's what I was told.
Okay.
Now, if it's Joe Wolf owns it, realistically, not to sound like a dick, technically, you could just put it out when he bitches, send him some copies.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing is we don't have any files.
Exactly.
That'd be the only issue with that. Because, I mean, if he's hooked on pills, he ain't even going to bitch.
He's got like some text interview out there where he's like, I got a disease where I can't sweat. So, like, some real freaky shit.
Yeah, I can't vouch for him. What's true, what's not. Again, it's one of those guys, if I met him, it's kind of like before this interview. If somebody said, have you ever met the guy from X channel? I'd probably be like, not to my knowledge, but technically we have. It's like, well, then if you explain the story, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. But I didn't know off the top of my head. If somebody said, you met Joe Wolf before, I was like, maybe I have. I was like, I don't know, in 2003. I was like, tell me the time. I was like, I remember. But to my knowledge, I never met him. And if I have, I damn sure don't know the guy.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, well, cross the sticks. I got some albums to pick up, and I got a long drive.
Later, man.
Well, fuck you guys, man.